My name is Peyton Whaley, and I'm here to talk to y'all about lithium grease that you see here. Reason I picked it is because I use it the most at work, more than anything. Like everybody else, it's the most popular lubricant grease, but just the other day, I was using it to do bearings and lead screws. Most people don't know you can put it in your mustache like that, and it'll hold it pretty good. So anyway, let's get started. Warning, do not apply to part of the body for physical appearance. It is a chemical that if placed on the nose and mustache area could lead to severe illness. Professional use only.
Welcome to the Lentis Lab. Hey, you know that working well under pressure isn't always easy, especially when it comes to greases. That's why we have Lucas White Lithium Grease. It's formulated with the highest quality base oils and additives to provide resistance to extreme pressure properties. The white creamy appearance differentiates it from other products, and it's packaged in an 8-ounce squeeze tube for easy application. Lucas White Lithium Grease is recommended for use in plain and anti-friction bearings operating under moderate load conditions. It's recommended for use in automotive chassis, trucks, tractors, contractor equipment. It's not recommended for use in wheel bearings. The product is a truly versatile grease with applications in industrial, automotive, and household applications, including garage door openers, springs, hinges, etc. Lucas White Lithium Grease is an NLGI number 2 formulation. The NLGI consistency number expresses a measure of the relative hardness of a grease used for lubrication, as specified by the standard classification of lubricating grease established by the National Lubricating Grease Institute. So let's review and remember that Lucas White Lithium Grease is long-lasting. It reduces wear, it's an extreme friction reducer, and it meets NLGI number 2 performance. Hey, thanks for joining us in the Lentis Lab. We'll see you next time.
All right, so the history of grease can be dated back all the way to the 14 BC, where they would actually find hieroglyphics of people pouring grease onto chariot axles from what they're guessing from animal fat to help make grease way back when. So it's dated way back when. Lithium grease is the most popular, and really is because it's very versatile, and then also the cost of it is cheap. You can get it 8 ounces for $5, which is not a bad deal compared to aluminum, which aluminum does the same thing, but it's just way more expensive. So it's a way better deal. And about 75% of the industries use it, and in automotive industries, they use it to lubricate wheel bearings and chassis applications. It can be used on plastic, rubber, but one thing you don't want to do is put it on a rubber bushing. It won't work. It can be dangerous. If you inhale too much of it, it'll give you what's called metal fume fever, and basically all the symptoms of regular fever and flu, and it make you real sick, make you have diarrhea, all that great stuff, and it won't be a fun time. So it is good that you can wear a mask, wear gloves, safety glasses, and you're gonna want to wear some work clothes, just because it's not a clean job. It never is when it comes to grease. You get it all over the place, get all over you. And cleanup wise, if you're really just trying to save you some time, and just get grease remover. I mean, it's like $5 at Walmart. And basically what we do, we just wipe down any big lumps or anything, and it'll leave a little coating, and you spray it down with that grease cleaner, and it'll come right up. Ain't nothing but a thing. That's just one thing. Always be sure to clean up your mess when you're done. I had to learn that the hard way. Your boss does not like it if you leave grease just sitting on the table. It's not hard to clean up, but I learned the hard way, and I had some grease on the floor, and my boss came by and almost tripped and fell on it. So yeah, I got pretty good butt chewing, but yeah, I always clean it up. It's a very low viscosity grease. The texture of it is like peanut butter or butter, real smooth, real easy to spread, and really, really dirty. I mean, you're just gonna get it all over yourself. And one of the best things that you can use this for is rolling bearings. Being that it's so much like peanut butter and butter, it just kind of morphs to wherever you put it. So if you put roller bearings and you stick your hand like this, and you slap that grease on, you can roll it like that. And it'll get all up in there, and it's just real easy little application. The additives for this is going to be carbon non-fiber, nano fluorine, and carbo nanodot. Like most things in the world, it's going to expire. So that's why you need to use once you a first stock, first use type of method. And basically, the sooner you stock it, the sooner you need to use it. Just like a loaf of bread, you try to get rid of it as fast as possible. So it should be stored in a cool place. Anywhere from 80 degrees to 30 degrees is really fine. And yeah, it can go bad. Aluminum and lithium are the same thing, or basically the same thing. They're basically the same properties, and the reason why lithium is so much more popular is because of price. But being that aluminum grease is better resisting water and oxidation, it's used in various cases, but it's not an absolute. And also, aluminum grease is harder to clean. All right, looking at the chart, you're just looking automatically at the drop-in point temp between aluminum and lithium complex greasers. As you can see, lithium is way higher, way better. Usable temp, also very higher. Water resistance, aluminum is going to be a little bit better when it comes to that. Rust protection, not so great for aluminum. You're going to use a lithium complex greaser. Pumpability, lithium, way better. Oil separation, lithium. And the principal application, you want to go with lithium because it's multi-service. And automotive and industrial, just all around a better product. And
much the same across all 4 models. First, unscrew the gun head from the grease tube. Grip the grease tube firmly and with the other hand pull back the rod handle and lock this into position. Now turn your attention to the grease cartridge. Remove the cap end and slide the cartridge into the tube. Now remove the foil or plastic from the other end of the cartridge. At this point, the gun head can be attached to the tube again, but leave it loose 1 turn. Release the rod handle at the base and press it in. You may hear some air release. Now pull the trigger until grease comes out, after which you can fully tighten the gun head to the tube. To bulk load your grease gun, grease can be suction loaded from a container. Remove the gun head from the tube as usual, but instead of pulling back the rod handle, dip the end of the tube into your grease and plunge it into the bucket as you slowly pull back the rod and lock it into position. You can also pack the grease into the tube by hand, although this is a bit messier. The rod handle must be pulled out and locked to accomplish this, and any spent grease cartridge must be removed from the tube. If the grease gun is loaded correctly, just press the end of the nozzle over a grease nipple and pump the trigger or lever to lubricate a point. However, if at any point your grease gun doesn't appear to function, it's most likely due to an air pocket in the system. On the larger guns, this can be released by pumping the gun a few times and pressing the air release valve. Continue this until grease starts flowing again. On the smaller 120mm gun, just loosen the cartridge tube a turn or 2. This should release the air. Then pump until the grease comes out and retighten the tube. With this know-how under your belt, you'll get years of trouble-free service from your Tool Pro grease gun.
So in conclusion, that's about it. Grease is just such a valuable tool in our work industry when it comes to greasing bearings, working with lead screws, working with mechanics, that type of stuff. Even put a little bit of little bit of shine on the old bicep there.